Alderman Irvin.
And I told Rich even before.
Chair recognizes Alderman Lopez.
Thank you, Madam President.
Did I screw up?
I would
Pardon
like-
me one second. Alderman Lopez, I screwed something up. This concludes public comment. The chair recognizes Alderman Lopez. Thank you.
No worries, Madam President.
Apologize.
I would like to move to include Alderman Conway, who has joined us for the purposes of quorum.
Yep, we've included him in.
And Chairman, Ellen, sorry, forgive me. And in accordance with Rule 59 of the Rules of Order and Procedure, to include Alderwoman Michelle Harris by remote means and participation, and in addition to the quorum.
Hearing no objection, so moved. The chair recognizes Alderman Beale.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, we have 3 items on the agenda. However, my desire is only to ask for 1 item to be voted on in the affirmative. Unlike other people in this body, I don't wish to silence the people from having a voice as far as the Bring Home Chicago ordinance. I want the voters to hear that ordinance and have a chance to vote on it. However, I do believe that we need to have the people also to vote on whether or not they want to remain a sanctuary city. The reason I have brought this with some of my colleagues to the floor is not to eliminate Chicago as a sanctuary city. But what it is to find some kind of compromise and threshold to stop the bleeding that we're undertaking right now. When you look at what the city is dealing with, we're spending, when we had 12,000 migrants, we were spending $31 million a month at that time. We have 20,000 migrants today. So what is the price tag on that now? And we can't get solid answers to what is costing us right now. Now, we're being asked to vote for a budget that we can't get answers to as far as how much money we're going to be potentially spending next year on the migrants. We're saying we're hoping we get money from the state. I'm hoping we get money from the federal government. I'm hoping money just falls out of the sky. But those are hopes and dreams. We have a physical responsibility to vote on a budget that is sound going forward to get us through 2024. And the budget that's being presented to us does not solve that problem. And so all I'm asking is that we give the people of this great city of Chicago a chance to have a voice on this issue. Now, I guarantee you that if Harold Washington was here today, what he signed into law as an executive order is not what he intended for today. And so when people say, well, Harold Washington did this, times were different. We didn't have people coming to this city by the thousands. Now, when you look at what else is happening in this country, we have other democratic cities, Denver, California, LA, sending their people to Chicago, New York. They're sending their migrants to Chicago. Why? Because they're saying we can't take anymore. Chicago has yet to say we can't take anymore. We have to draw the line somewhere. It's a diversion to continue to say this is a federal problem. We need help from the federal government. Yeah, we know that. But while we're waiting for the federal government to act, we need to be doing something here at home to protect us. Now, we don't even know the people who are coming to Chicago. The people that are coming here, we don't know if they have criminal backgrounds. We don't know if they're child molesters. We don't know if they're murderers. We don't know anything concrete about the people coming here. Now, when you look at what's happening, Venezuela are emptying their jails and telling them to walk to the border. So they're coming to Chicago. We already have enough crime here in the city of Chicago. We have enough crime here that we're dealing with. And so I can go on, but Madam President, and I think you're doing a wonderful job up there, may I add? You're doing a wonderful job. This is just a question, a non-binding question to just ask the people who are paying this $30 and $40 million a month if they want to continue down this road, or do we want to make our elected officials to try to do something different? Now, I've said this before. If you give me 3 meals, housing, child care, education, a voucher for $9,000, you know what? I come to Chicago too. And that's what they're doing. They're telling people, and they're sending money back to back to Venezuela to come to Chicago because they're saying, hey, the good times are rolling there. They're taking care of everybody. Now, when we have Venezuelans that are driving cars, where did they get a driver's license? Where did they get insurance from? And then you have Venezuelans being caught with drugs and guns. Where are they getting them from? I have a bleeding heart for the people who are coming here that are honestly trying to do better for themselves. I'm with that. But I'm tell you one thing. I'm with my people more. Okay? I'm with my people more. And so all I'm asking is to just put this question on the ballot, non-binding, in order to give the people of this city a voice that they have not had, because nobody ever asked the city of Chicago, do we want to be a sanctuary city? Do we want to be a welcoming city? And I'm going to close on this. This is my third closing. Sanctuary city, a welcoming ordinance, says nothing about we have to provide services and goods. Sanctuary city, all it says is the city of Chicago will not cooperate, organize with the federal government, detain for people to be deported. That's all it says. So where do we get off saying that we have to spend $30 to $40 million a month that we don't have? Now, if you give me $30 to $40 million a month, my ward will look like the North Side. If you give any alderman on the South and West Side $30 to $40 million a month, you will see a different day. So with that, I'm going to close, and I just hope that my colleagues see fit to just vote on giving the people a voice that they don't have to see if we want to go down this road. So with that, Madam President, I motion that we pass the first item on the agenda to say whether or not the people of Chicago want to remain a sanctuary city or not. Thank you.
I just first would like to confirm that Alderman Dowell is still with us on the meeting.
I'm here.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Okay, the chair recognizes Alderman Napolitano. Okay, the chair recognizes Alderman Lopez.
Thank you, Madam President. I call the question. Ask for a roll call vote.
The chair recognizes Alderman